Let's have a look at financial maths, and what's strongly connected with that very often is the algebra of the aspect that has to do with a percentage of a number. So Anna and Ross are saving to buy a house. Anna's gross annual salary is 50,800 and Ross' gross annual salary is 48,500. Now, just a bit on vocabulary, when you are seeing that word gross, what that means that this value here include tax. So in that 50,800, in that part, there is some slice of it that is tax. That's basically what gross means. The maximum that they can borrow is 4 times their gross combined salary. So therefore, what is the maximum amount of money they can borrow? They can borrow 4 times gross combined. So gross combined mean together. So 50,800 plus 48,500. And we put that in the calculator, we press equal, and we get 300,097 and 200. Okay, let's have a look at next part of this question. So they are interested in buying a house that costs 3,995. Okay, so a little bit less than they can borrow a bit more. In order to qualify for a mortgage, they must have a deposit of at least, they want to do that, deposit of at least 12.5% of what? The price of the house. How much, therefore, deposit they need in order to qualify for the mortgage? How much deposit they need? They need 12.5% of price of the house. What's the price of the house? 395,000, isn't it? That's what it is. So how do we find percentage of a number? We multiply. So either we put in our calculator 12.5 and we put percent sign multiply by 395,000, or we change that to a decimal 0.125 and the same multiply by 395,000. Okay, so then let's have a look at last part of this question. The builder expects to make a profit of 15%. Again, I moved instead of marking. When the house is sold for 395. So what is we need to do? We have to find the cost of building this house. So how do we do this calculation? What did they tell us about the cost, the profit, the sell, all of that? So we have to always remember that profit comes from what? The difference of sell. From sell, we take away a cost, isn't it? That's when the basic understanding of profit. So when here we are told that he's making 15% of the profit, that means all of the cost he's going to get, right? So he's going to get 100% of that back. And additional on top, there will be 15% of profit that he's making. So 115%, that will be the price of the house, isn't it? Because this price of the house will equal cost of the house plus the profit he is making, isn't it? And that is the sell of the house. So again, how much is that profit? That profit is 15%. The cost is 100%. Profit is 15% of what? Of the cost. So how do we do this calculation? So we are saying to ourselves that cost that he is getting, right? So the cost, 100%, but plus the 15% on top of that cost that he will get. And that will equal the sell price of 395,000. So again, I want to find the cost, not cost multiplied by a percentage. What do? We divide both sides by that 115%. And again, we either divide by, we put the percentage sign in our calculator, or we change percentage to a decimal, in this case 1.1 So that will be the calculation, and the cost to the nearest euro, we should get 300,000 43 and 478 euros. So that is the cost.